My dear students, today I am going to discuss P block elements. P block elements start from boron family. That is 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18th groups. We are calling it as P block elements. Among these 6 P block elements, so we are going to discuss N plus 1 level, only 2. One is boron family, another is carbon family. I am Dr. R. Gunasekaran, Professor of Chemistry, who is taking class for you. Okay. As I have already informed you, under the P block elements, boron family includes boron B symbol, configuration 2s2 2p1, aluminum Al symbol 3s2 3p1. I am giving only the outermost electronic configuration. Gallium Ga 3d10 4s2 4p1, indium ion 4d10 5s2 5p1, and thallium TL 14 5d10 6s2 6p1. So generally NS2 NP1 NP1 NS2 NP1 is the general electronic configuration for boron family. So boron is second period, this is third, fourth, 5 and 6. So correspondingly, so we are having these family members. So here we are going to concentrate only on boron family and its compounds. Okay. Here, under the boron family, first we have to discuss general properties. As in the case of S block elements, general properties we will discuss. Then the corresponding important compounds in the family we will discuss. So, among the general properties, number 1, occurrence, number 2, atomic size, number 3, melting and boiling points, number 4, ionization energy, number 5, oxidation state, number 6, metallic character, number 7, electronegativity, number 8, nature of bonding, and number 9, reactivity. So these are the important general properties we are going to discuss comparatively. Let me discuss one by one. First, let me concentrate on occurrence, natural occurrence. Boron is a non-metal, whereas other elements are metal. Kindly follow. Boron, aluminum, gallium, indium, thallium. They are all metals except boron, which is a non-metal. Aluminum is the most abundant metal in the earth, and the third most abundant element after oxygen and silicon in the earth. Gallium is twice as abundant as boron, but indium and thallium are much less common. This is regarding for occurrence. So important thing is aluminum is the most abundant metal in the earth. Very, very important. Coming for the general properties, among the second, atomic size. Generally, what we have studied, generally in the periodic classification of elements and periodicity, we have observed atomic size always increases across the group, decreases across the period. All other properties just reverse. So in this case, the atomic size, so generally atomic size increases across the group, generally, but exception gallium. So this is an exception. Please note under the boron family. So boron, aluminum, gallium, indium, thallium. Just see here only in gallium. So 85, it is going on increase. 143. So 167, 170. So you should be greater than 143. It's okay. But it is unfortunate. Only 135. So it's an exceptional case. So question can be asked, please follow. So they will give boron, aluminum, gallium, indium, they will give, and they will ask, one among the following have lower atomic size. So, lower means boron. Kindly follow. And in that case, suppose if they are giving these four, aluminum, gallium, indium, thallium, one among the following metal is lower atomic size. In that case, you should be careful. So, as per the prediction, you will think of lower means aluminum. No, it is gallium. So, for that, this exceptional case you have to memorize. Coming for melting and boiling points. The melting points of 13th group elements do not show a regular trend. They are not regular increase or decrease. So generally melting points decreases from boron to gallium and then increase up to thallium. This is the information we have to keep it in mind. So melting point decrease from boron to gallium and then increase up to thallium. The fourth property, ionization energy. We know what is ionization energy. Generally, ionization energy decreases across the group. Reverse atomic radius. Here, what is happening now? It is increases across the group means we have to think of boron, aluminium, gallium, indium, and thallium. This is the group. So we are expecting this ionization energy order is decreases in this order. Size increases, order decreases. But a deviation occurs at gallium and thallium. Kindly follow. This is due to inability of screening effect to compensate nuclear charge. So gallium and thallium are exceptional case. It's not obeying the decreasing order. Kindly follow. The oxidation state. This is the most important here under this boron family. What is oxidation state? Element by either losing electrons or gaining electrons will be having the oxidation state. Losing electron will be positive oxidation, gaining electron will be negative oxidation. So this is actually boron. So all the elements in this group have +1 and +3 oxidation state in common. +1 and +3 oxidation state in common. Kindly follow, we know very clearly, everybody knows borane or boron trichloride. So oxidation state is +3. It is not +1. So the idea here is, kindly follow, this is the most important information. When we move down across the group, +3 oxidation state stability decreases. So more stable at the top, boron is higher stability +3, lower stability +1. Whereas +1 is more stable under the lower one. So +1 oxidation state stability increases when you move down across the group. So aluminum, gallium, indium, thallium. So thallium will have a +1 oxidation state, is more stable than +3. So let me take the first and last one, kindly follow. What is the first element? Boron, aluminum, gallium, indium, and thallium. So here +3 is most stable, +1 is less stable. Here +1 is more stable and +3 is less stable. Kindly follow. So +3 stability decreases across the group, +1 increases across the group. Please have it in mind. This is due to inert pair effect. Please follow. That is electron in s orbital not involved in bonding. So if you look into the electronic configuration, NS2, NP1, kindly follow, this NS2, when you move down, it is not involved in bond formation because of the inert pair effect. That's why the oxidation state is +1. But when it is in the case of boron, it is also involved there, so there it will be +3. Kindly follow. The inert pair effect increases across the group when we move down the group. Next, metallic character. Metallic nature of element increases from boron to aluminum. Boron is non-metal. But then it decreases from aluminum to thallium, it decreases. Gallium, indium and thallium do not continue the trend because poor shielding by d electron. Poor shielding by d electron. So we cannot predict metallic character correctly, whether increasing order or decreasing order. That is the most important information. Coming for electronegativity. We know already, we studied in periodic property. Electronegativity is the property to decide a compound is ionic or covalent. That is the most important characteristic of electronegativity. If electronegativity difference is greater than 1.9, more ionic, less than 1.9, it is more covalent. This is the based on the difference between fluorine and hydrogen Pauling scale. This is that we have studied. So come over here. Fluorine, the value it is 2.04, aluminum 1.61, gallium 1.81, indium 1.61, thallium 1.62. So only exception we observed is gallium. That's why I showed in yellow color. So generally electronegativity decreases across the group. That is the general trend we are expected. So generally electronegativity decreases across the group, but the trend is not regular. Exceptional case is gallium. Suppose if gallium is also 1.61 or like that, so we can say simply. So that is the interesting point is, boron is very high too, but the four almost nearly constant. Exceptional is gallium, 1.81. Now, coming for bonding, this is another most important character we have to study whenever you study a family. Under the boron family, generally, the tendency of forming covalent compounds decreases across the group. Decreases across the group. Boron, aluminum, gallium, indium and thallium. This is the group. So generally tendency of forming covalent compound decreases. So more covalent boron, more the ionic thallium. Please follow. Consequently, the compounds of B3 plus are predominantly covalent, while Al3 plus, Ga3 plus, In3 plus and Tl3 plus corresponding compounds are ionic in nature. And thallium and indium also having the salts +1 is also more stable. Please follow. Coming for a reactivity. Amorphous boron, there are two types. One is amorphous, another is crystalline. Amorphous boron is more reactive, but crystalline boron is comparatively unreactive. Because crystalline means we have to break the lattice energy. Then only it will be more reactive. So energy will be somewhat required for lattice energy. That's why it is less reactive. A. Reaction with the air or oxygen, first one. Amorphous boron bonds in air or oxygen forming oxide, corresponding oxide. Same way, aluminium bonds readily in air to form oxide, which is exothermic. Gallium, indium and thallium are stable towards air. Please follow. Stable towards air. Now, reaction with other elements. Let me concentrate. Boron reacts with nitrogen to form boron nitride. Valence in both cases 3. So what way I can write equation? B plus N2 gives Bn. In that case, I will write 2B. Kindly follow. This is the equation. So with the halogen, it forms trichloride. Boron plus chlorine gives boron trichloride. So 2, in that case, I will write 6, this is 3, this is 2. This is the equation for halide. Kindly follow. The same way, aluminum also bonds at nitrogen at high temperature to form aluminum hydride. Same molecular formula. Aluminum plus nitrogen gives aluminum nitride. So automatically 2, I will balance this, 2n equal So 2Al, so 2Al. And other elements do not react with boron. Kindly follow. That is, you must have this idea. So only boron and aluminum reacts with nitrogen, whereas other elements like gallium, indium, thallium do not react. The reaction of acids, the most important one, whatever may be the element, the most important reaction we will see only the action of acid, action of base, we will see. Action of water. So let me start with amorphous carbon, that is the more reactive comparatively crystalline, dissolve in hot concentrated nitric acid and sulfuric acid to form boric acid. Very, very important. It is the method of preparation of boric acid. So boron, 3 molecules of nitric acid gives H3BO3, boric acid, and 3NO2 is formed. The same way, sulfuric acid 3 mole reacts with 2 boron, 2 moles of boron to give 2 moles of boric acid and 3 SO2. Aluminum dissolves in dilute mineral acids like HCl, liberating hydrogen. Aluminum chloride and hydrogen is liberated. Kindly follow. This is the most important reactions regarding acids. However, regarding concentrated nitric acid renders the metal passive, do not react. All the 3 metals dissolved in dilute acid, liberating hydrogen. All the 3 metal means boron, aluminum, you can leave it that. Remaining 3 metal, all metals are the positive metals, so they will liberate hydrogen with the dilute acid. Kindly follow. Action of alkali. I told you acid then base. So for the base, let me take a simple example, sodium hydroxide. Alkali, sodium hydroxide. Boron dissolves in fused alkali, forming borates, sodium borate, with the evolution of hydrogen. So 6 moles of sodium hydroxide reacts with 2 moles of boron to produce 2 moles of Na3BO3 and hydrogen is liberated. The same way, aluminum also reacts, dissolved in aqueous sodium hydroxide, but in water, please follow, that is without water, this is with water, liberating hydrogen, forming corresponding sodium aluminate. That is borate, this is aluminate. That is the only difference. Kindly follow. Both cases, hydrogen is liberated. The first case, even without water in aqueous, directly it reacts, but here only in aqueous solution, aluminum reacts. Now, like aluminum, other metals dissolve in sodium, aqueous sodium hydroxide, liberating hydrogen and corresponding salts. That is gallium, indium, and thallium. Let me concentrate now the first member, boron, preparation, properties, and uses of boron. So the important ores of borons are boric acid, H3BO3, borax, Na2B4O7 10H2O, colemanite, Ca2B6O11. So these are the important ores available. We can extract boron. So let me take here, for the extraction of boron, I will take now either borax or colemanite I take now. Kindly follow. So let me take colemanite. Colemanite is converted into borax by boiling with a dilute solution of sodium carbonate in the request quantity proportions. So this is the colemanite, Ca2B6O11. When you treat it with aqueous sodium carbonate, is converted into sodium borax, and the calcium carbonate is precipitated and calcium hydroxide is getting precipitated. Kindly follow. The next step, the insoluble calcium carbonate settles down and borax is crystallized out from the molten liquor. Boron is isolated from borax in the following 2 steps. So we are getting borax, and from the borax we are going to get boron by 2 steps. Following 2 steps. Step 1. What is the borax? We know already Na2B4O7. Borax is treated with hot con HCl when the sparingly soluble boric acid slowly separates out. Just see on treatment with, we are getting H2B4O7, the corresponding acid, then sodium chloride is left separates out. This boric, that is H2B4O7, when undergo hydrolysis with water to produce boric acid, 4 molecules, 4H3BO3. This is the step 1. When boric acid is heated strongly, boron trioxide is obtained. When this boric acid, when you heat strongly, it is producing B2O3 and water. So in the first step, we are getting B2O3. So from B2O3, we have to get boron. The step 2, conversion of boron trioxide to borane. So what is we have to do now? When boron trioxide is heated in a crucible to bright redness with magnesium, a powerful reducing agent, more positive, a dark brown powder of amorphous boron is obtained as a residue. Magnesium oxide is displaced out. So this is the second step. We are getting the boron, 2 moles of boron. So from colemanite, we are converting into borax first step, and borax heated with giving boron trioxide. In the second step, boron trioxide, when you treat it with redness with magnesium, it undergo reduction. So that means the boron is getting isolated and MgO it is forming. Kindly follow. This is the second step. And the second method of preparation, pure boron can be prepared as follows. Pure boron is obtained in the crystalline form by passing a mixture of boron tribromide vapors and hydrogen vapors over electrically heated filament tungsten at 1170 Kelvin. Tungsten is the metal having highest melting point in the element. So when these vapors are passed over Br3 and H2 over the filament tungsten and settle and heated at 1470 Kelvin, what is happening? The boron is precipitated out. Kindly follow. Boron we are getting. So what will happen now? The correspondingly boron bromide plus boron tribromide and vapors of hydrogen in presence of heating at high temperature, boron is getting now, I can get now corresponding HBr. So 2, so 4, this is 2. This is 2. Kindly follow now. So automatically, so 4 to hydrogen, 4 hydrogen, 4 hydrogen. The corresponding 6 bromine, 6 bromine. That is here 4 bromine, here plus 2 bromine. The Br, HBr4. Wait a minute. No, this is 6. So 6, kindly follow. 6. So 6 Br. So 6 hydrogen means this is 3 hydrogen. So boron 2 bromine equal 6 bromine, it is here 6 bromine HBr equal 6 hydrogen 3 into H2 hydrogen, balance equation. So this is the reaction taking place here. Kindly follow. Now coming for the properties, boron, physical properties. Boron exists in 2 allotropic form, amorphous boron and crystalline boron. Amorphous boron brownish black powder, crystalline boron a rhombohedral form. It is a non-metal. It undergoes sublimation during melting. Please follow. What is sublimation? Sublimation is the process at which when highly volatile solid, when heated, it is converted into vapor without melting into liquid. So boron behaves like this. So it undergoes sublimation. Coming for the chemical properties. First, let me say action of non-metals. So boron is all non-metals. With the other non-metal, let me combine. Boron combines with the nitrogen, chlorine, bromine and carbon at high temperature, forming boron nitride, boron trichloride, boron dibromide, then borohydride, etc. respectively. So we simply write the equation, not necessary. Now, next one, action of oxygen, air or oxygen. It has no action at ordinary temperature. At ordinary temperature, it is no reaction. But 975 Kelvin, boron burns in air to produce boron trioxide and lithium boron nitride. Kindly follow. In the air, we know the nitrogen and oxygen is the maximum quantity. This is almost 3 portion, this is almost 1. 3 is 1 portion will be there. So what will happen now? But among these, which is more reactive? Oxygen is more reactive, bond order is 2, nitrogen is bond order 3. So this is the less reactive. So more reactive oxygen will react with the boron to give B2O3 excess, whereas this is the little quantity of boron the boron nitride will form. Action of metals with boron. Except copper, silver and gold, we are called coinage metal. These metals are called coinage metals. All metals combines with boron at high temperature in the electric furnace to form corresponding borides. So M plus B gives, I can now write now MB XY, I can write XY. Suppose if it is the alkaline metal, I can write this is M3B. Alkaline earth metal, I can write that is this is M3B2. So depending upon the valency, this formula will vary. Kindly follow. The action of compounds on boron. First compound, as usual, we have to give importance for acids. Action of acids. Amorphous boron dissolves in hot concentrated nitric acid and sulfuric acid to form boric acid. This we have already discussed. So boron reacts with constant nitric acid to give boric acid and NO. Same way boron reacts with constant sulfuric acid, boric acid and sulfur dioxide. Please follow. Action of base, caustic alkali, base, sodium hydroxide. Boron dissolves in fused alkali, forming borates with the evolution of hydrogen. So this is 2 moles of borate reacts with 6 moles of sodium hydroxide to produce Na3BO3 plus 3 hydrogen is 3H2 is liberated. So hydrogen is getting liberated. So it dissolves in fused alkali, forming borate, sodium borate with the evolution of hydrogen. Next one. Action as a reducing agent. Boron is acting as a reducing agent. Okay? Boron is a powerful reducing agent and can even replace carbon from carbon dioxide, silicon from silica. See example, when you treat with the carbon dioxide, 4 moles of boron, 3 moles of carbon dioxide, we are getting B2O3 and the carbon is separated out. Undergoes as acting as a reducing agent. The same way, it takes now silicon dioxide, so boron that is reduces remove silicon outside, forming again B2O3. So it's a powerful reducing agent. The other two are acting as carbon dioxide and silicon dioxide acting as oxidizing agent. Now let me concentrate on the compounds of boron. Among these, so 3 important compounds I want to discuss. 1, borax, sodium tetraborate, Na2B4O7, orthoboric acid, H3BO3, and diborane, B2H6. Let me concentrate one by one. First, tetraborate. First compound, tetraborate. Borax, other name is borax or sodium tetraborate. Preparation. From columenite, the ore, we know already Ca2B6O11 is the formula. When columenite is heated with concentrated solution of sodium carbonate, borax is formed. Simply exchange that. Plus calcium carbonate plus sodium metaborate. Kindly follow. We are getting this Na2B4O7 we are getting from colemanite. On filtration and concentration, crystals of borax separate. A current of carbon dioxide is passed through the mother liquid to convert metaborate. This is sodium metaborate form. When you pass carbon dioxide, that also will be converted into sodium borate. So sodium carbonate is coming out. The residual sodium carbonate is used again for the treatment of fresh quantity of colemanite, because only colemanite we are getting with sodium carbonate. So this is cycled. So we are getting more by adding more and more of the colemanite ore. We will get to more and more of borax, sodium tetraborate. Kindly follow. Coming for properties, physical properties, borax exists in three forms: prismatic borax, octahedral borax, borax glass. The formula 10H2O is prismatic borax. Na2B4O7, 10H2O, prismatic. Octahedral borax, Na2B4O7, 5H2O, just half. And borax glass, anhydrous, without any water molecule. Borax glass. So all the glass that we are using in the laboratory for heating is borax. So we can heat at any high temperature. Without breaking, we can use that. Coming for chemical properties. Number one, action of heat. When prismatic borax, kindly follow, heated above its melting point until all the water of crystallization is expelled out, it forms a colorless glassy substance known as borax glass. We have seen already. All the 10 water molecules go out, borax glass will form. On further gating, it decomposes to give sodium metaborate and boron trioxide it is formed. That is the most important. Kindly follow. The reaction is, this is the corresponding prismatic borax. When I heat 10 water molecule coming out, this is the borax glass. When you heat further, it is sodium metaborate and borium trioxide. Kindly follow, it is formed. And we have seen already, when you treat with this, the corresponding, the previous case we have seen already in the preparation. Kindly see here what we have seen. So here, bypassing carbon dioxide, that also converted into borax. So kindly this have it in mind. Please follow. Next, sodium tetraborate. Here the most important is borax bed test. This is a very, very important test. Commonly questions will be asked. You can expect questions from this NEET or IIT from this test. What is this test called? When this mixer, borax bed test, when this mixer is fused with the metallic oxide, it forms characteristic color beds. With the help of the metal ions, with the help of the color, the metal ion can be identified. Kindly follow. Normally, platinum loop will be used for this purpose. So we'll take borax and metallic oxide, we'll mix, make it into paste, and then just immerse the platinum wire. Before that, you heat the wire and then immerse it. Now it will just having this mixture. So you will get now correspondingly what will happen. If it is a copper oxide, so B2O3, so copper borate will form. So borax with test, this can be done by platinum loop. Kindly follow. When a pinch of borax is heated in a platinum loop, it melts to give glassy head. That is we have seen already. Borax glass. It is dipped in a colored metallic salt solution and again heated. Characteristic colored beads are formed. From the color of the beads, the basic radical can be identified as follows. For example, copper salts give blue heads in oxidizing flame and red beads in reducing flame. So let me give the table. Kindly follow. These should be memorized. My dear students, these should be memorized. Otherwise, you cannot give answer. So, if it is copper, in oxidizing flame, color is blue, reducing flame, red color. Iron, oxidizing flame, yellow color, the reducing flame bottle green, manganese pinkish violet oxidizing flame colorless in green reducing flame, cobalt blue in oxidizing flame, blue again in reducing flame, in this case same, chromium also same, green both cases, but nickel brown in oxidizing flame and gray in reducing flame. So these you have to memorize, so any question can be asked, kindly follow. Coming for the structure, that is the most important. Borax is made up of two triangular and two tetrahedral units in the form of ion given below. The remaining 8 water molecules are associated with 2 sodium ions. Thus, borax will be better formulated as Na2B4O5 OH4 within bracket 8H2O. So, normally borax we can write in this form. So, this structure I will give here. Kindly see, this is the borax, sodium tetraborate. Kindly follow. Sodium tetraborate. Kindly follow now. So, here boron. So, this boron, it is in the form of a triangular form. So, one is oxygen, other side oxygen, third is OH is attached. Same way here, one side OH, oxygen. Fourth side again, in all the cases OH and here also OH, both sides here it is. Kindly follow. Now, so in this case, now if you consider this is boron is a tetrahedron, the square planar. In between boron again oxygen. So the information here it is, between of boron there is oxygen and OH, 4 OH are attached to the boron atom. That's why the formula we can write B4O5 OH4 2 minus. Because the OH4 2 minus means that is the correspondingly we can write outside 2Na2 sodium metaborate. This is the structure. Uses. It is used to identify metallic radical. I have already given the list, qualitative analysis. As a flux in the welding metals, it is used. It is used in the manufacture of glass, soap and porcelain plate. Glass, fiber glass, that is the, what you can say, we will use for conical flask, high heating, the beaker, the highly boiling flask, Pyrex glass will be used from this. As a cleaning and dyeing agent in the tanning industry. And finally, it is used as a food preservative also it is used. Let me come back, the second compound, orthoboric acid, H3BO4, boric acid, or simply we will say orthoboric acid. So preparation, from borax we can get orthoboric acid. How? Orthoboric acid can be prepared by heating hot concentrated solution of borax, kindly follow, with calculated quantity of concentrated acid, sulfuric acid. On allowing the liquid to cool, the crystals of boric acid are deposited. So sodium metaborate, Na2B4O7 plus water molecule 5H2O, calculated quantity, sulfuric acid media concentrated, sodium sulfate and boric acid is formed. 4 moles of H3BO3 it is formed or deposited as cooling as a crystals. Physical property, it is a white crystalline substance, soft and soapy to touch. It is slightly soluble in cold water but more in hot water. Coming for chemical property, action of heat. On heating, orthoboric acid above 370 Kelvin forms metaboric acid and HbO2, which on heating further yields boric oxide. See here, H3PO3 on heating metaboric acid and further heating B2O3. So we can prepare B2O3 also from this. Action of water. This is another important reaction. It is a weak monobasic acid. It is not a protonic acid. Please follow, it is not a protonic acid. because OH it is present there, but acts as a Lewis acid. Because boron, it is acts as a Lewis acid, there is a only outer is 6 electron, so Lewis acid. So by accepting electron from a hydroxyl ion. So two water molecules react boric acid to give metaborate ion and H3O plus. Kindly follow. Next, action of alcohols. Test for boric acid. This is a very, very important in organic chemistry. Presence of alcohol can be identified by boric acid. A mixture of ethyl alcohol and boric acid burns with a green edged flame due to the formation of ethyl borate. So take the mixture, boric acid, a little alcohol, and then show with the help of a platinum lobe, and you can see green edged flame. You can see the green edged flame shows that there is an alcohol. So ethyl alcohol reacts with the boric acid to produce ethyl, that is the formation of ethyl borate, responsible for this the corresponding green edged flame. The next one, this is we can use as a test for boric acid. It turns turmeric pepper brown, which turns blackish on dipping in sodium hydroxide. This is also used for a test for boric acid. So this is the structure of orthoboric acid. Kindly follow. Orthoboric acid. Kindly see here. Is that as usual, this is the 6-member ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Kindly 3 plus 3, 8 members. This is 8 member. This is also 8 member. This is also 8 member. Kindly follow. Just see here. Boron, all the 3 sides, oxygen, H connected. Here through hydrogen bonding, another molecule is attached. So here again another. So this is called the structure of, we'll call it as orthoboric acid. Kindly follow. H3BO3 polymer. It is used as an antiseptic in medicine. And also it is used as a preservative of food. Number 3, in making enamels and pottery glasses. Lastly, it is used in glass industry. Kindly follow. The last compound, diborane, V2H6, diborane. Actually, it is the dimer of borane. Borane is not stable, so it undergoes dimerization to form borane. Okay. Preparation. The simplest boron hydride is known as diborane. The simplest boron hydride is known as diborane. It can be prepared as follows. From boron hydride in the laboratory method. Oxidation of sodium borohydride, NaBH4, sodium boron hydride, a powerful reducing agent. Another one, lithium aluminum hydride. Kindly follow. This is another powerful reducing agent. So this sodium borohydride, but reaction with iodine to produce diborane, forming sodium iodide and hydrogen is liberated. So this is the diborane we can prepare from sodium borohydride. The industrial method from boron trifluoride. Please follow. Boron trifluoride reacts with the sodium hydride to produce diborane at 450 Kelvin, high temperature. So sodium hydride, 6 sodium hydride moles, 2 moles of boron trifluoride react to produce diborane and sodium fluoride is formed, 6 moles. So this is the commercial method we can. Coming for the properties, physical properties. It is a colorless, highly toxic gas with a boiling point of 180 Kelvin. 180 means 273 minus 180. Kindly follow. That means we'll think of 3. So, minus 93. Kindly follow. Minus 93 degrees centigrade. It is a colorless, highly toxic gas with a boiling point of 180 Kelvin. Okay. Chemical properties, action of air. It catches fire spontaneously upon exposure to air. It burns an oxygen, releasing an enormous amount of energy, forming B2O3 and water. So B2O3 is again formed from B2H6 by action of oxygen. Then action of water. Diborane undergoes hydrolysis to give boric acid. Very another method of preparation of boric acid. Hydrogen is liberated. The next one, action of Lewis bases. This is Lewis acid actually. The diborane undergoes cleavage reaction with Lewis bases to give boron addax, forming BH3L. BH3L. That if you go for the structure, you can understand easily. Normally, this is borane, kindly follow. And it will be in the form of, kindly follow, this is again, H. This is, we are going to see later, diborane. Here there is no bond, diborane. What actually, this is actually in between the linkage, but it will be there. So what will happen now? This is a dimer, easily break, will form BH3, and so any Lewis base will come, it will form like ammonia, it will form the product corresponding this. So simple example is, I will give here B2H6 N trimethylamine. Instead of ammonia, I am using trimethylamine to produce 2 moles of adduct, BH3 and CH3 thrice. Again, boron, when reacts with the carbon monoxide to produce again another adduct, 2BH3.CO. Kindly follow. Next one. Action of ammonia. Reaction of ammonia with the diborane gives initially B2H6 2NH3, or I can write in this form BH2NH3 twice plus BH4 minus. Further gives, heating gives borazine. Please follow. This is very important. B3N3H6. This question will be often asked because it is known as inorganic benzene. Borozole. I will write the structure that you can understand. It is like benzene, I can write the structure. Alternatively, boron and nitrogen atom will come and you will be connected, like acting like a borozine. Kindly follow. Inorganic benzene. So 3 molecules of diborane react with ammonia to produce the corresponding adduct like, so B2H6.2NH3, or I can write in this form cation and anion, PH2NH3 twice plus PH4 minus. So this I can rearrange in this way, 3B2H6 2NH3, or in this form that gives B3 and 3H6 plus 12H2. So let me draw the structure of this inorganic benzene, borozole, or gives the borozine. Kindly follow. This is the structure. Please follow. Alternatively, boron is there. Alternative then nitrogen, boron, nitrogen, boron. So wherever boron minus sign, wherever nitrogen plus sign. Please have it in mind. Alternatively, double bond. Between boron and nitrogen, double bond. So boron minus and nitrogen plus. Between boron and nitrogen, so boron plus, nitrogen plus. Because boron is having 2 lone pair, that is donating to the boron. So boron accepting this, so negative. Nitrogen is donating, so plus. That's why it is forming, this is like our benzene ring. So alternatively, single bond, double bond, single bond, double bond. So this will call it as inorganic benzene. Often this question is asked. Please memorize. Inorganic benzene, borozole, borozine. So there are 3 names we can. So easily remember, you write alternatively nitrogen, boron, nitrogen like that. Then between boron and nitrogen you put a double bond. Nitrogen plus boron will be negative. Please don't forget the structure. Structure of diborane. The 4 terminal hydrogen atom and the 2 boron atom lie in one plane. Above and below this plane there are 2 bridging nitrogen. Please follow. Bridging atom. This is confirmed by Raman spectra. See the structure now. This is the structure of diborane. I already written, no? Kindly follow. So this boron, hydrogen, hydrogen on one side. This is hydrogen, hydrogen, boron on one side. So this is above the plane, this is below the plane. Kindly follow. So BB bond length is 117 picometer. This bond length 117 picometer. And boron hydride length, it is 119 picometer. And in this, that is from boron hydrogen free. But linked with bridge hydrogen is 134. So, bridge hydrogen is higher bond length than the free hydrogen. That is very interesting. Then, the bond angle between HB and H is 97 degree, whereas bond angle HBH is 120 degree. So, there are four information you must know. Between boron, bond length 117. The next comes boron free hydrogen 119. So 117, 119. And this linked the bridged hydrogen boron 134. And coming for the angle, inside angle 97, outside angle 120. Please follow. This is the structure of boron. I hope, my dear students, you have enjoyed the boron family, boron and its family lectures I have discussed. My dear students, if you are a newcomer for YouTube to view my video chapter, kindly click like and share your friends and subscribe. Press the subscribe button. Will give boost for me. For students who are waiting for NEET entrance examination of this academic year, +2 completed students, or even +1 and +2 those who are studying students, see a good information I want to give. So, we have Vetri Coaching Center working in Pondicherry for the last 21 years. We have a platform, online platform, vetri.us. Vetri, kindly follow small letter, not capital letter, small letter, vetri.us, Vetri Namade. So if you go view this, if you type in Chrome, you can enter there, our site will open, you can see all the subject wise will be there. And in the home page, you can see our previous year, 20 years experience, achievement we have. A few achievement, it is my duty to inform. Every year, 15 to 20 students are joining JIPMER, 150 to 200 students are joining other medical colleges. In 2003, R. Srinivasa Raghavan, a student of Vetri Coaching Center, came All India first rank in JIPMER. So this is our achievement. And I want to give 3 important characteristic feature of Vetri.us, which is not available in any other online platform in India. So this, what I am going to give information, it is not available in any other online coaching in India. So number 1, so we are having 200 video recorded lessons and 200 unit-wise test. Unit test, 45 questions each. There are, each unit you will have 2 tests, test 1, test 2. You will have 2 tests. Kindly follow. So what is the most important information here it is, we have taken question for this unit test, framed this unit, taken from the IIT, AIMS, AFMC, AFPMT, MCET Andhra, all other Delhi, Karnataka, Kerala, all these question paper for the last 20 years, starting from 80 to 2015, more than that. So we have given that questions only, we have given in the form of unit test. So 200 tests, you imagine, nearly 12,000 questions are there. So what is the interest? Because if you are able to attend all the 200 tests, if you attend, minimum you will get more than 600 plus, I will give guarantee. One important characteristic is, every year we observed 75 to 80 questions of same question repeated. Same questions are repeated for the last 6 years. One. feature. Another important feature is, kindly follow. So when you are attending the test, so what is the question number 1? So you can see the question. Question 1 will be there. Then option A, option B, option C, option D will be there. Below that 1 to 45 number will be there. This is in yellow color. Kindly follow. So this option is not available any online. Please note, my dear student. If you attend the test, free version is given in Vetty.us. All students you can try and go to the free version and you can find out. Suppose as a student I am click the A answer, answer A. Then after finishing everything is over. So what will happen? Below that there is a menu called complete, then next, and this side reverse. So when I click next question will come. When I click reverse, old question will come. So all the 45 questions will be yellow color. Suppose in the first question, if I click A, question number 1 becomes green color, question number 2 becomes blue color, all the remaining will be yellow color. So I have slowly attended all the 45 questions I have completed. I can see now any question is yellow in color. In that case, I will go to the yellow color question, click, that question will be displayed, I will answer. So I will not omit any questions. After completing within 45 minutes, click the complete menu. Immediately the program will work out for each question 4 mark correct, wrong answer 1. So it will give marks. So let us assume out of 180 you are getting 160 for each unit, subject. So 20 questions you are losing. So you want to know where you have done mistake. Very easy. So the second feature is review is there with us. Nobody in the India online coaching the platform, they are not having this review. Even if you click review, the first question will open. Suppose I click A is the correct answer. No. Suppose D is the correct answer. A will be in blue color. And D, if it is the correct answer, it will be in yellow color. So below D, there is a correct answer will be given. So D. D means whatever it is the answer, that answer will be given. Kindly follow. Not only that, below that there is a video. Video solution will be there. If you click that video, it will run 10 to 15 minutes. Professor will explain the question, option, for the proper explanation, definition, derivation, if it is problem, solving, everything they will do from taking 10 to 15 minutes. But if you go for any other online in India, they will give maximum 3 lines, typed lines they will give as a solution. You can see any online in India, you see, this is the position there. But our case, we are having 12,000 video recording solutions are there. This is the second feature. And the most important third feature regarding Vetty.us is low cost. We are collecting only 10,000 rupees per year. 10,000 rupees per year. Whereas if you go for other online, they are collecting in lakhs. 1 lakh, 1.5 lakhs. This is only 10 lakhs. Even a very, very poor people can offer for 1 year 10,000 rupees. Kindly follow, my dear students. So in order to help the poor people, so I am taking the entire lessons of starting from 8th standard to 12th standard. I am taking classes in YouTube. My channel, we know that is NEET Chemistry by Dr. R. Gunasekharan. My channel is NEET Chemistry. My channel name NEET Chemistry by Dr. R. Gunasekharan. Kindly follow. This is my channel name. So if you type NEET Chemistry by Dr. R. Gunasekharan, you can easily identify. So if you are a newcomer, please subscribe. Otherwise, you can go along. Every day I am putting minimum through lessons I am adding. Thank you very much, my dear students. And if you want to pay 10,000, pay in the name of Santi Indian Bank, account number 712719471, IFC code IDIB 000P134. So any doubt or confirmation informations, my cell number 9894176425. Thank you very much. See you again in the next